In the second segment of the release bends tutorial, let's take a melody using the minor pentatonic, in this case in A, and use release bends to just to flavor it a little bit. So there's my position of the minor pentatonic. And for this melody, let's go from the 8th fret of the 1st string to the 5th fret. And we can add a passing tone in there of the 7th fret. Then let's go from the 5th fret on the 1st string to the 8th fret and then the 5th fret on the 2nd string. So we have. And then from the 5th fret on the 2nd string down to the 7th fret and 5th fret on the 3rd string. And then let's end by going 8th fret to 5th fret on the 1st string. So our melody. So to color that, we can then use some release bends. We can start out with a half-step release bend on the 7th fret of the 1st string, and then just do a legato pull-off to the 5th fret. Then instead of going from the 5th fret to the 8th to the 5th, we can start by bending this 8th fret to get that same pitch, and do a release bend with that. Then, for this lick, we can do the same thing with the 7th fret on the 3rd string. So far we have. And then for the 8 to 5 on the 1st string, we can actually transfer that to the 2nd string, which would be the same as 13 to 10. And we can do one of those step and a half bends on the 10th fret by bending up really far. So putting that all together very slowly. One more time in context. So that gets us through that lick. So one of the other things that you really have to pay attention to when you execute these is getting to that lick early. Ideally, you have a rest before it so you have a chance to get your fingers on there really quickly. Sometimes you'll hear really advanced blues players throwing those things in right and left, and they just get it to where it's a habit of snapping their fingers to those. So you could also do some applications where you run through your minor pentatonic and blues scales and try to work those into the scales very quickly. And so it'll just become another reflex like hammer-ons and pull-offs and bendings that you'll incorporate into your lead playing regularly. So have fun, phrase well, and good luck with your soloing.
Starts with a hammer-on from the 7th to the 9th fret on the 3rd string, and then the 8th fret on the 2nd string. So I really think of that as 3 different little sections that make that whole, starting with the first section.